The map is in Toon Valley. Keller, introduce our players.
It sure is in Toon Valley. And to the bottom right, we have now our Zerg player in the red. It is
FXO Leenock.
He's had one game, looking good here, and he's up against the Terran. To the top right of the map, in blue, the Slayers player, back from MLG. He's no other than
Slayers Ryung.
He actually does look a little bit travel worn. Seriously.
Well, we saw him on the bench earlier. He was kind of sleepy.
Yeah, he did seem a little bit tired. And this does happen occasionally, especially when you. It's funny because as a player who plays fourth, you know, what time do you come to the studio? If you come a little bit too late, that can be problematic. But if you show up too early, then you kind of have to sit through a bunch of games. And I think he may have come a little bit too soon. And that's really frustrating mentally, having to sit and wait and watch other players get knocked into the up and down matches. The same fate might be yours. It is a little bit stressful the longer you have to wait.
And just the traveling takes a toll. We all know it.
Yeah, you know, these guys live in an area near Gimpo, and that's fairly far from here. They have to take either a taxi or a decently long subway ride to get here. It's not like, I mean, he's traveling, and you know, I'm saying like subway ride's not a big deal, but he's coming off a plane. He hasn't rested that much. Now he's gonna get on the subway and come down here. Then his game it hasn't started yet because it's taken a while. It starts to wear on you a little bit. I mean, these are all little things, but it does add up.
It's a long flight from the US.
It really is. Not as long as that as a subway ride, but we are at close positions here, by the way, and Leenock once again going for gas before the 5-minute mark.
I could definitely see Leenock on this map going for a bit more of an aggressive style. This was one of the maps when it was first introduced. Leenock was very aggressive on this map, especially because you have a huge choke point. This ramp is so big, it's really hard to defend. And if you go for Ling and Baneling timing, this is something they can definitely put to good use if you time it out well. And Leenock did this in the past, but also a build with roaches can be very successful here. I can certainly see Leenock do something like this in a best of 3 where he's ahead 1-0.
Yeah, that's a great strategy on this map. This map is, you know, it's not really Terran favor, but I can see why Zerg struggle sometimes on this map towards the late game. The 4th for the Terran is fairly easy to take. It's a little bit exposed to run-bys, but it's not as exposed on certain other maps. There's no like high ground 4th you can take like you can on Metropolis, but it's not easy for Zerg in the late game here, and we see a fast 3rd command center coming down for Ryung right now.
Yeah, Ryung is playing a little bit greedy here, but the problem is that the 2nd gas is already up for Leenock, and this is exactly what we just talked about. I don't think he's going for the very fast tech. It would be an option, of course, but I think that this time he will just try to be a bit more aggressive early on, not go for the tech. It could be both, right. But from how I know Leenock, this is a very good option that he is going to be to start with a very aggressive style here. And on the other hand, we have now his opponent with a very, very mineral heavy build. He's not taking refinery at all. There's just no gas. There are only Marines, and he's building a lot of them.
Yeah, and this is interesting as well about this. Is if you go for baneling attack of any kind, there is going to be a really tough wall to break with all these barracks. In total, his wall consists of 4 barracks.
There's the baneling nest, as suspected.
This is going to be pretty hard to break. I'm not sure if he's actually going to be able to do it against this many barracks. It's possible, but there's no gap in the wall. There's no...
Doesn't matter. That's 8 banelings that you need.
Yeah, there's no add-ons. There's no hole in the wall, but he definitely can break through. It's not going to be your regular depot wall, though.
The big problem is there is not going to be stim. He doesn't have combat shield, so as soon as those speedlings attack, then they will chase everything down. The bunker is important here. That might give Ryung a chance. And he starts, of course, with everything. Now Leenock with a good look at this wall, and he's like, oh, well, okay, I get it. He will commit to this heavily.
Yeah, it's too late for him to change his mind now with all the lings he's made. In total, already 27 out on the map.
There is nothing for Ryung in terms of tech, so he doesn't have siege tanks. There is not going to be anything, and 1 bunker will not be enough to break this. Leenock is going for a lot of baneling here. He will not just build 8. He will get like 14,
maybe 20, even
14, 15, 16.
And yeah, you're right. And with the double gas, he can afford it. That's what this is for. He's not going to add any roaches with this. He hasn't made the war, and he's just going.
That's up to 20.
Combat shields coming out here before stim, so this is important as well.
He sneaks by to the left, though. This run by could actually do a lot of damage if it arrives at the right time. So he tries to get into this economy, but these are all Marines that are going to miss later on. And there they are, 15.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, he broke out. Oh, he went over 20.
He broke the code. 22 of them.
22 on that production tab.
And these Marines are scary, but they will do some damage. But the problem is, what does Ryung have to defend? 16 Marines?
And all Leenock has to do is send one wave of Lings that were going to go to his attack to kill these. But his larva is missing right now. Here we go. These Marines are actually attacking the rocks right now. Oh.
Sorry, but bye-bye, Ryung.
Bye, Ryung, man. I think you're right. He may be going to the up and downs. There's so many Banelings left here. Tries to position his Marines, but there's nowhere near enough.
The Marines at the bottom left, they don't do anything. Now he sends them in, but he lost so much time already. The command centers, this is what he has to rely on now. But first of all, he has to defend against this attack. The Marines are not the natural of Leenock. The Marines at the natural of Leenock, but the circlings, they stream in, and those Marines are dead weight already. And he loses so... This is it.
GG, Leenock 2-0. The Leenoctopus was angry. He strangled him.
He was hungry, and he goes for that S. Oh, yeah.
He did that last time, actually, too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm like, Leenock, though, the problem is it was a reversed image, so it didn't look like an S. It looks like a 5.
Ryung has to go to the up and downs.
Yep, he has to. An unfortunate defeat, but he missed those Marines, and Leenock had 24 Lings on the way, so he just changed the rally as soon as he saw where the Marines were there and just killed them. No problem whatsoever.
He had more than 50 Lings when he attacked and roughly 24 Banelings. This is not something that you hold without more than one bunker.
You need more than one bunker, you need tanks, you need stim. I mean, he didn't have any of these things. He played greedy here, and he got punished. Great positions for this.
Oh. I'm sad for Ryung here, but I have to say that Leenock played really well.
Yeah. He did. I mean, that build was it was a strategic choice by Leenock. Worked out for him. He saw the wall and he said, I don't care. You only have one bunker. That's fine.
And, well, therefore we are done with the second group for the day. We have 8 players that advanced to Code S today. And tomorrow we'll have the next 4.
Yeah, we will. And
the last 4, actually.
Yeah, the last ones. Tomorrow we don't have a double day. It's going to be at our regular time. So make sure that you don't come early. You don't set your alarm wrong, because you don't want to wake up and be like, oh, no GSL. And then you have to go back to sleep. You're like, I couldn't really sleep. Everybody's done that before.
Yeah. Well, we are definitely having a quick look at today's results. That's the first thing that we are going to do right now. Let's have a quick look at what games we saw today. Earlier already, MVP against the STC advancing, so did Squirtle against Gumiho. JYP defeated Hack and Genius. Well, he advanced over Hyun, who made a critical mistake in game number 1, forgot the drop upgrade with the drop standard strategy. This was our early group today, and these are the results for the afternoon group. Yep,
the afternoon group. Marine King, Harding, and Leenock all advancing here. Keen with a little bit of an upset loss, I would say, that playing against very unusual builds from Hart. Marine King with a sick hold against that 6 pool in game 1 against Suho Shin.
Really well played. Hart also in this Terran versus Terran looking very, very strong. And apparently Alive and Ryung a bit too tired to make it happen. Both of them have to play in the up and downs. And tomorrow, MMA up against Violet. Curious versus Creator. Yoda against Supernova. And the team kill with Hold and Shine.
Yep, that should be a pretty exciting match to watch. Look at all those Code S guys in there. Violet versus MMA is something I think a lot of people are anticipating. Shine versus Polt is kind of a funny match. Polt's been having to have a lot of team kills recently.
Yeah, at the WCS preliminaries, he was up against Hyun and won the match, and now he has to play against Shine.
It just goes to show that TSL players are doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, definitely. So
and, a TSL player in Code S no matter what.
Exactly, that's the one thing that Coach Lee will be really happy about. But
he seemed a little bit down about the loss of Hyun today. We saw, some mistake of not researching drop and facing a very all-in build from Genius in the final game. He definitely had the potential to get through, but now he's going to face the up and downs. But you know, TSL making the semifinals of GSTL right now, looking really good as a team.
Definitely. They have very, very strong players, and in the individual leagues, they don't do too shabby either. I mean, Shine just qualified for Code A, and now he was able to get this far. It was really impressive, so we'll see if he's able to get farther, if he qualifies for Code S, or if it's going to be polled. And of course, the finals this week.
Yeah, we've got the finals this weekend. Friday is Code S, Saturday is GSTL. Make sure that if you were in Seoul, you get down to Busan, get down to Haeundae Beach. We'll see you guys there if you make it. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow for the rest of Code A.
Exactly. See you soon. Bye-bye.